Hello and how are you? Hey friends, welcome to the Shin Show. I am your host, Shenandoah Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, today is Tuesday, February 5th, 2019, vlog number 2539. Alrighty then, hey, got no birthdays to shout about, got no uh, uh, friendiversaries, Facebook friendiversaries to shout about. So basically, I think we'll just do some weather. Cold. That's the weather for today. Cold. Outside. Brr. Howdy. Let's see. Today is Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah. I was expecting a visit from my nurse and didn't get it. But anyway, rain in areas of patchy claw, rain areas of patchy claw fog, lows near 36 degrees, winds north to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 90%. Rainfall near a quarter of an inch. Wednesday, February 6th, areas of patchy fog early with rain showers in the morning will envelop into a more steady rain in the afternoon. Highs near 46, winds light and variable. Chances of rain 80%. Scattered showers, thunderstorms in the evening, and then cloudy with rain likely later on at night. Lows near 44 degrees. Winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 90%. Now, Thursday, February 7th, rain ending early, breaks of sunshine, and becoming windy in the afternoon. Morning high of 51, with temperatures falling sharply near 30 degrees. Winds west to southwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Chances of rain 100%. Rainfall near a quarter of an inch locally and heavy rainfall possibly. Partly cloudy with early windy and early, and then lows around 11 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds west to northwest 20 to 30 miles per hour. For your forecast on Friday, February 8th, mainly sunny skies, highs near 26, winds west to northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Friday night, clear skies, lows near 12 degrees Fahrenheit, winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, February the 9th. Plentiful sunshine, highs near 35, winds east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then cloudy skies, lows near 26 degrees, winds east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday forecast, February 10th. A light wintry mix in the morning, then clouds will linger along in the afternoon. Highs near 39 degrees Fahrenheit, winds south to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of precipitation 50%. Rain and snow showers in the evening, transitioning to snow showers overnight. Lows near 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds light and variable. Chances of precipitation 40%. Monday's forecast, February 11th. Rain and snow showers mixed in the afternoon. Highs around 40. Winds east to northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. Cloudy with rains and snow. Lows near 32. Winds north to northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour overnight. Chances of precipitation 80%. And then next Tuesday, February 12th, cloudy with showers of rain and wet snow in the morning. Highs near 42 degrees, winds west to northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 50%. And Tuesday night, a few clouds, low near 24, winds west to northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. All right, thought I'd talk about another historical figure from, excuse me, from around our area, and that would be Clifton Avon Edwards. Was born in Hannibal, Missouri on June 14th. Um, Now, Clifton Avon Edwards was better known as Ukulele Ike, or as some folks might just recognize him as Jiminy Cricket from the movie Pinocchio. In 1895, he left school at age 14 and headed to St. Louis and St. Charles, where he began his career singing in saloons. As many of the venues had either bad pianos or none at all, Edwards taught himself to play the cheapest instrument he could find, a ukulele, and became his own accompanist. accompanist. And he got his nickname Ukulele Ike when a club owner could never remember his name. His first break came when he teamed up with Bob Carlton in Chicago in 1918. Together they were a hit on the vaudeville circuit. From there, Edward was hired as part-time of Joe Frisco's act, which played the Palace in New York City, and later the Ziegfeld Follies. Edward made his first record in 1919, and after singing with Pratt Records, became one of the most popular singers of the 20th century, 1920s. Of the 1920s. He appeared on Broadway and recorded top songs like California, Here I Come, and Yes, Sir, That's My Baby. Whoops, that went a little too far. In 1924, he had headlined at the Palace and was featured in Gershwin's first Broadway musical along with Fred and Adele Astaire. Sorry. In 1929, while playing the Orpheum Theater in Los Angeles, Edward was noticed by Irving Thalberg of MGM, hired to appear in Review in the Hollywood Review of 1929. Edward debuted singing in the rain. Over the next 4 years, Edward appeared in 33 MGM films. In 1939, he did a voice of an off-screen wounded soldier in Gone with the Wind. His most familiar voice role, though, however, was recorded in 1940. Walt Disney released Pinocchio, and Jiminy Cricket Edwards sang When You Wish Upon a Star. Edwards was also the voice of the head crow in Disney's Dumbo and sang When I See an Elephant Fly. With the coming of television, Edwards starred for one season in his own CBS variety show, The Cliff Edwards Show, on Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday nights. Unfortunately, his personal life was not as successful. Besides trying to live an expensive lifestyle, Edwards married and divorced 3 times. There were no children, but a great deal of his money was spent on alimony. In later years, he became an alcoholic and a drug addict. Toward the end of his life, in a home for indigent actors and spent much of his time at the Disney studios being available for voice work. He recorded his last album, Ukulele Ike, just before his death in 1971. It was released after his death that same year. Alrighty, we're going to run her a little short today. Well, I guess it may not be short. Is it short? Nah, it's going to be right about 15, 20 minutes. That ought to be about right anyway. We're going to go ahead and do our portion of the program called Our Daily Bread. Today, the devotion is called Moves of the Heart. Now, I'll be reading Numbers 9, 15 through 23. And if you're keeping up with the Bible in a year, which I really hope you are, well, let's see, not the Bible in a year just by itself, but the Bible with Briscoe. We'll be reading Exodus 36 through 38 and Matthew 23, 1 through 22. So, let me read you the first paragraph, and we'll see if we can't get away with that. From odb.org, that's Our Daily Bread. Sign in, throw them a little change, and get yourself on the Our Daily Bread either mailing list and or just go online and read it off their computer or listen to it with their own soundtrack. And the reason you can do that is that's why I can't do it. It's because it's a breach of contract, copyright issue, and I'm not allowed to do that. So anyway, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, Americans moved from one address to another average of 11 to 12 times during the course of lifetime. In a recent year, 28 million people packed up and moved and unpacked to a new roof. Anyway, moves of the heart. Here we go. Numbers 9, 15 through 23. On the day the tabernacle, the tent of the covenant law, was set up, the cloud covered it, and from evening till morning the cloud above the tabernacle looked like fire. That is how it continued to be. The cloud covered it, and at night it looked like fire. Whenever the cloud lifted from above the tent, the Israelites sat out. Wherever the cloud settled, the Israelites encamped. At the Lord's command, the Israelites set out, and at his command they encamped. As long as the cloud stayed over the tabernacle, they remained in camp. And when the cloud remained over the tabernacle a long time, the Israelites obeyed the Lord's order and did not set out. Sometimes the cloud was over the tabernacle only a few days. At the Lord's command, they would encamp, and then at his command, they would set out. Sometimes the cloud stayed only from evening till morning, and when it lifted in the morning, they set out. Whether by day or by night, whether the clouds lifted, they set out. Whether the cloud stayed over the tabernacle for 2 days, or a month, or a year, the Israelites would remain in camp and not set out. But when it lifted, they would set out. At the Lord's command, they encamped, and at the Lord's command, they set out. They obeyed the Lord's order in accordance with his command through Moses. And there you have it. And that would be Numbers 9, 15 through 23. All right, I want to thank you for coming, for catching the Shen Show today and being blessed, I am hoping. And so, therefore, I've got one song for you, and that would be, well, goodbye, my friends, it's a time to go. I said goodbye, my friends, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. This has been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show. And as always, God loves you and so do I. So be blessed and come back and see me tomorrow because, well, I'll be here and I hope you are